Going to ask everybody just to take a deep breath. And center in this space here and now. Grounded and connected, here for a purpose. Request the presence of Archangel Michael and declare this sacred space. Invite our higher selves, guides, guardians, any beings of love and light who wish to join us for this special occasion. It is my intention to be of service for the highest and greatest good of everyone involved. It's all of you and everyone else you are connected to, including myself. Take another deep breath. So you are aware this is being recorded. It's being recorded, by the HD conference call itself and by Pamela Call Recorder on Skype. So we've got a double recording thing going on. So even if I fall off, I don't intend to fall off, but if I do, the recording will continue. So just so you know, anything that is said while it's going on with the recording and stuff like that will be recorded and put up for posterity for everyone to experience. So take another deep breath. Since there's so many of us, I'm going to go ahead and just welcome you all to each other. In this space, you have been joined by a common goal, common interest, common intention. When you ask a question or make a comment, I'd ask that until we become familiar with your voice, which, should be relatively quickly, but we're still new. We're still new in this space together, that you state your name. My name is, and my question or my comment or whatever. Just kind of get into the habit of it so we know who we're talking to. So other than that, my first question for everybody generally is just want to make absolutely sure that we're all somewhat familiar with the idea of quantum physics. Hi, who just joined us?
Lisa.
Hi. This is Lisa too, and then there's another person as well who just joined us.
This is Trish.
Hi. So let me get this straight just for sure. There's 2 Lisas on the phone now, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Just want to be sure. It's going to get real confusing real quick, but it's all cool. So welcome. This is a sacred, safe space. You're invited in with your higher self and guides. This is being recorded, all that good stuff. Take a deep breath. And we were just beginning. I was just asking the question, making sure that everybody has a passing familiarity with the idea of quantum physics, law of attraction, and the field. Just passing understanding, not in depth. Don't need a degree in it. I just want to make sure that everybody at least knows what I mean when I say those things. Is there anybody that does not? All right.
This is Doug. I don't know the full details of quantum physics, but I do know physics.
Yeah, it's good enough. Quantum physics, there's all kinds of stuff on Google and various other places, and it's basically it's kind of like the science of metaphysics, you might even say. But I think knowing the gist of it generally is good enough. You'll be fine. You have any questions as we go along, definitely speak up, and I'll do my best. I don't know much about quantum physics either, so we're all good. For those who just joined us as well, anytime you get the urge, you can *6 to mute yourself. You *6 again to unmute yourself. Also, if this is more of a lecture than a chatting kind of a deal, questions are definitely welcome. But for the most part, I'm just going to be talking. So when you do speak up, please begin with your name before you say anything so we can get a feel for who we're talking to. And we'll be good. Is there any last questions or comments or anything before we begin?
Yeah, this is Doug again. It's glad to have you back, Don.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be back. It really is. Finally, 6 months went by as of yesterday, and it's
Wow.
just really good to be back. Thank you.
This is
All right.
Aaliyah.
Go
This
ahead.
is Aaliyah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Two things. First of all, do we have a birthday girl on the line today? I
No.
thought maybe we did. And also, I need to probably leave before the end of the call, but I'll just silently close out and then finish off with listening to the rest of it on the recording. But I need to leave around 5.
Yeah, I think there's a couple people who might need to head out early. That's fine. Yeah, appreciate you letting us know. And
No.
yeah, the recording is good.
That's
Wrapped
on you.
off. All right. Anybody else? No? All right. One last question for you. I'm sure that it sounds like everything's pretty good, but is my microphone, you guys can hear me all right? Everything's fine?
Great.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to minimize this and bring up my notes. All right, so resonance mapping. The resonance and the feel of things. Let's see, how to even begin this? This is basically just the beginning chat, the first time I ever share about this. So it's, not exactly polished here. So I think what I'm going to do just to start out is start out with a story. That'll be the easiest way to get us right into the thick of things. So the way I began with this and the way I bumbled into it, and I'm calling it resonance mapping instead of law of attraction, but this has been an evolution. It's also something that's very recently, stuff is happening so rapidly, and it's becoming more obvious of how it's being created. We pretty much create our reality. It's a co-creation. There's all kinds of amazing things involved in it, but basically, more or less, to some degree or another, we can affect our literal reality and our energetic reality. So we can actually touch the door and push it open, but we can also put energy into the field that affects reality. And this is the science behind, the quantum field and law of attraction and all that good stuff. So the story with this whole beginning, this is the very beginning. This is the first year. I was 27. I had just pretty much woken up. I'd been asleep to metaphysics or anything other than flatland. I go to work, I make money, I come home, that's life. It was a shocking awakening with my parents dying and just really a major shock, basically. And I've heard others say that they've woken up in similar ways, and therefore, it's almost like I trampolined into waking up. So when I got a hold of Shakti Gawain's book, Creative Visualization, was the first time, I had decided just previous that everything I understood about reality was up for debates. It was up for question. I didn't really understand anything about anything, that life was not exactly what I thought it was. I wanted to explore it in a whole new way. So when she had her pink bubble technique, again, it's Shakti Gawain, Creative Visualization, the pink bubble technique is literally the name of it. I took it very, very literally. And I've also found that I've had a very natural inclination for this kind of stuff. It came very naturally. In other words, it was like a part of me that had been literally asleep and just kind of woke up and started playing in this energy. It's like, yay, I'm free. This is awesome. So I had joined lightworker.com, which is Steve Rother's group, the Beacons of Light and all that. My mom had been a part of them, and it was one of the last things she had left. She had emailed it to me not long before and said, this is really great. You really should look into this. And I had deleted it. Or basically I put it, in an archive, just kind of like, whatever. It's mom's crazy stuff. But it was the last remaining remnant that I had to follow the line of her interest. So I did. And I wanted to know more about them. And I had this book, Shakti Gawain. So I wanted to go to California for a Beacons of Light meetup in Mount Shasta. It was at a particular day, a particular time, and I had no money. And I was in Virginia. And no plane tickets. It was in 3 weeks. And there was no way in the world. So I thought, what better way to test out this thing? I might as well just jump. So I did. So let me take a drink of water real quick. So what I did was, the pink bubble technique is very simple. You imagine something, you feel it, and you put it in a pink bubble and put it out to the universe. So I really had a lot of fun with this. I decided I would play. I would make it my own. Not just imagine a picture and put it out there. I would literally play. Literally make it, feel it real. So what I did was I created a scene in my head. A scene of being in a forest, because I knew it was going to be in a forest. I knew they were talking about a fire circle. I thought that was really cool. And I knew there were pine trees in California, because I'd been in Big Bear, and this is going to be kind of around that kind of area. So I imagined walking at night toward a fire circle, and I figured there'd be a lot of people. That they would be just lighting the fires, so you could start, smelling the smell of the wood in the air. I would be excited. I'd really be feeling how awesome this is going to be. I'm going to learn really neat things and meet really great people. And this is neat. There's going to be a slight chill in the air. I really got into this. I was really having a good old time. And I played it in my head a few times. I realized I'd be surrounded by people, and I wouldn't want to go first to the fire circle because I wouldn't know where I'm going. And I wouldn't go last because, who wants to go last, And it would be dark. So I imagined myself to the greatest degree I possibly could, feeling the excitement of the possibility. But I didn't have a lot of details. My imagination of it was that it was dark. Hi, who just joined us?
Patrick.
Hi, welcome. We're in the middle of a story time. You can *6 if you wish to mute at any time. And yeah, I think that's all you need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. So it's in the dark. I'm imagining myself surrounded by pine trees, walking toward a fire that's just starting to go. I can hear people in the distance, but I'm not really sure how far, but I'm not afraid. I'm excited. This is going to be neat. I'm surrounded by people, one behind me and one in front of me, and I can smell the resin of pine trees. I feel like I'm home because I was born in California. I feel all of these things. I just really milked that thing as much as I possibly could for a good 30 minutes, just sitting there over and over and over. I didn't know how I was going to get the plane tickets. I didn't know how I was going to get there. I was really sick at the time, so I didn't even know how I was going to be healthy enough. Didn't know anything. None of it whatsoever. I didn't worry about any of it. I just, put myself there, just like the Shakti Gawain recommended in her book, Creative Visualization, the Pink Bubble Technique. So, the time came and went to buy tickets. And I was like, this sucks. Okay, this thing doesn't work at all. Whatever. Okay. And so I didn't have tickets to the thing. I didn't have plane tickets to the thing. I was feeling a lot better physically, like I could have actually gone, and I was just kind of like, about it.